Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the 3POA podcast, episode 28. Nice to be back early. We weren't planning on it, but a couple days ago, we decided we don't want to go 3 weeks without a show. We had some good stuff to talk about, so we are back. I am your host, LaserPants, also known as Ryan, and I am joined, as always, by my very good buddy, the man from down under, and the guy behind Analog Toys, Desert Rat. What's up, Tony?
No one's ever made fun of me for collecting dolls.
Oh, not the ones with Cheeto dust on them.
Well, look, Michael French once said, if you can take its pants off, it's a doll. And I tend to agree with that. And you know, I've got like 250 Action Man figures, and you can take the pants off all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I got Mezco behind me, and they have removable pants, so I have a large doll collection. Yeah, and a cool car for him to drive in. Okay, we are always, as always, we are also joined by my good buddy, the CEO of Valaverse, Mr. Bobby Vala. What's up, man? What's up? Get your drink tonight?
Why'd you kick me out for a second? Shit, man.
Ryan's drunk.
A little bit. No, I'm not. Hungover.
What's the story behind the t-shirt, Bobby?
Shall not be infringed. I think that's pretty clear. You know, if you got them, you have every right to have them legally.
All right.
Agreed.
I like it.
So,
I like it.
Yeah.
And no one's going to take them.
I just
come and try.
Wanted to say, you're having.
It's gonna go well.
I'm not trying. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. All right. You're having a pretty damn good sale there over at Valaverse.com, huh? Black Friday.
Woo. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like some people are taking advantage of it too.
And it ends on Monday?
It ends on Monday. I thought, you know, it got to the point where you got to remember, like, I don't know, like between 5 and 10 years ago, it's like it was just Black Friday. And then you had the weekend, and then it was like, ooh, Cyber Monday. Then everyone just started doing like the whole weekend into Cyber Monday. And now it's like Black Friday sales start like the Monday before Thanksgiving. So it's getting kind of ridiculous. But I was like, you know, with everything going on, you know, you have Thanksgiving and then you're shopping for other stuff. I thought, why not just give people the time to just have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, excuse me, to, you know, have a chance to get their shopping done and, you know, get some more action force for themselves, their loved ones, whoever. But yeah, we've got, you know, a limited supply. What is that? What are you laughing at?
I didn't say anything. I'm just sitting here listening.
Tony, what are you laughing at?
What? Nothing weird is happening.
I just noticed.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought my shirt was gonna cause some drama. Shit, man.
Look, we're all wearing special shirts today. Look what I've got.
Why would Sasha cause any drama here? Come on. Come on. It's Sasha.
Love it. Love it.
It's not weird. What's weird is that Target.com has this in the 2X men's. That's weird.
Excuse me.
That's the weirdest thing about it.
They knew
we
it.
got a bunch of super chats here.
They knew it was, they said there's going to be some guys, some Bratz fans out there that are going to want their shirt.
No doubt. We got a bunch of super chats already, so I want to get to those. And then Tony wants to do pickups tonight. Talk about some new stuff we got.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I'm going to be coughing during the show. I got a touch of bronchitis, and it sucks. So, yeah. Sorry about that, everyone.
Okay.
All good, Bobby.
Samuel Edwards, thank you so much. He says, thankful for this great channel, for this community, and the best action figures ever.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Samuel.
We're all assuming he's talking about Valor Action Force figures there.
I mean,
he didn't specify which ones, but, we'll go with that.
The Canuck, thank you so much. He says, got to keep the feud going. Frack Laser Diapers, hail Tony and Bobby. Why do you put up with this second-rate podcaster? Can you not find a better one?
No. I've been looking around on YouTube at a lot of the other toy channel podcasts, and there ain't any better than this. So
awesome,
suck it.
Thanks, man. TJ Singh, thank you for the super chat. He says, Tapanjit here from India. I am now addicted to Action Force. Never thought I would buy so many figures. Around 30 in hand or on pre-order. Wow. Can't wait for reissues.
All right. My
Very
man.
Cool, man. Thank you,
I want to know where the hell my shipping notification is for my infantry commandos. I haven't got my shipping notification yet, and everyone else is getting them. Yeah, I did order. I don't know how it works. Whether like when they're processing it, it's based on when you place the order. But I know I didn't pre-order it when I was in the States, and when I got back from the States, I was like broke for a few weeks. So I don't think I ended up pre-ordering mine until probably into end of July, early August. So I might be right down the list there. So
yeah, there might be an issue with so you order from Dorkside, obviously. It's a Dorkside.
It's the only place you can get the infantry commando.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So we might talk about that later because someone wanted to talk about Dorkside and what's going on with them. Thank you, Top and Jeet. Melinda says, hello, Bratz Pack. Hello, Melinda.
Hello, Melinda.
We have t-shirts. We have t-shirts now.
Yeah.
The Connect says, so glad Bobby and Tony are on this show. Would be a waste of time otherwise. Actually, I agree with that. I will not argue that one. And Tony definitely starred that one. Tony Robles, thank you. He says time. That's okay. Tony Robles says, time for the best podcast on the web and to wait for my SDS infantry commandos to hit the stoop. I'm waiting for mine too. They are on the way. They're somewhere in Wyoming right now. I check like every 6 minutes.
Tony, did you get your case of desert rats?
Should be here any day now. It's in, okay. I've been following the tracking. It's in Perth. It was in Perth on Thursday afternoon. So it'll probably be here Monday.
Okay.
Way quicker than whatever happened last time, man. I got lost in New York for longer than Macaulay Culkin.
Thanks, Tony. Not Roberts. Jeremy, thank you so much. He says, really like the new mic placement, Ryan. Now there's less figures to see trash poses. Well, I had to make sure everyone could see my t-shirt. So the mic might go back to its normal spot next week. Is the audio okay? Can you hear me okay with it up here? All right, good. And Jeremy, piss off, man. The desk. Thank you so much. He says, here's to you three. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Keep up the awesome work, man. Thank you so much, Death Skull.
Thank you.
Then JB, thank you so much. I received a Viper 3-pack. While I'm happy I've gotten it on sale, I am posting Action Force Duster and Downrange over the Viper. Thanks, Bobby.
Anytime. Thank you for getting them.
Doomed Customs just received my first Desert Rat. Awesome.
Oh, why would you buy that? Why would you buy that figure?
Nah, it's the worst one in the line. But I don't want to say that out loud. TJ, thanks again. He says, I'm concerned about my 4 Dorkside exclusives as well.
Let me just clarify there, TJ. I do want to know where my shipping notification is, but I'm not concerned because everyone's getting them.
Yeah, I've seen people getting them all over the place.
Yeah. I'm not concerned, and as I said, the sale went live literally after the panel at Joe Fair. Well, Joe Fair, that was the end of June, so I don't think I ordered mine for like 6 weeks. It was like 6 weeks later before I actually got around to order. Well, because what I didn't realize that was I thought you had to pay from there and then, which is why I left it 6 weeks, and then I placed the order and went, oh, they didn't take any money, so could have just done it there and then on the day.
Since he brought it up, let's just touch on it real quick. There is posts being shared on Facebook from apparently a disgruntled employee. Of course it's not confirmed, it's just a post, but they're saying Dorkside Toys is going out of business. They're bankrupt, they're going down. I've heard certain things about them that I tend to believe that they are bankrupt, but they are shipping stuff out. I think they'll finish shipping out the stuff they have, but as far as I know, yeah, they hit some rough times financially, and they're going to be closing up shop. I don't know if you guys have heard anything, but it is a rumor as of right now.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't conveyed anything to me. Nothing that would cause me any concern or anything like that. So I'm just as in the dark as you guys are. So if that's the case, that's unfortunate. And if they are, maybe they'll be sharing that news. But like I said, they haven't relayed any information to me stating otherwise. I did see that post making the rounds, but who knows, man? It's the internet.
But yeah. Like you say, those posts are going around the internet. The rumors and the stories are going around. But at the same time, day after day after day, more people are posting that they've just got their infantry commandos. So even if the rumors are true, it seems as though they're still fulfilling pre-orders anyway. So I don't see why anyone needs to be concerned.
Yeah. Mine are on the way, and I didn't order them right away either. So I think they'll, if you made a pre-order, I think they will ship it if they get it in. And they don't charge until they ship. So at most, you won't get the pre-order, but again, you hadn't paid for it either. So I think people are, for the most part, safe from losing their money. Hope. All right, we got a super chat from Ted Darkclaw. Thank you so much. He says, got to catch the replay. Have a great show. Thanks, Ted. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
John Papa Sergio, thank you so much. He says, what's up, y'all? Sergeant Lincoln Osiris head compatible with Action Force incoming. Okay, fill me in. Who is Sergeant Lincoln Osiris? Should I know that?
Yeah, who's that?
I know that name, and I don't know why. My head is my brain is telling me that he's actually is Lincoln. Is he like a Congressional Medal of Honor winner or something? That's what's going in my. I can't. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat will tell us.
Yeah, John. He said Tropic Thunder. Yes, of course.
Oh,
it's Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. I forgot. John sent me a picture of it the other day, and it was awesome. It looked just like him. That's definitely something I'll pick up.
So wait, what is it?
It's Robert Downey Jr.'s head sculpt.
Oh, someone made a head sculpt of that character. Gotcha.
Yes.
Got
it. Yeah. Thanks, John. Rich M says Bratz faux life. We spell life with a Y when speaking about Bratz. But thank you, Rich, very much. Don't shake your head, Tony.
And just to clarify,
enjoyer.
Rich, I'm shaking my head at Ryan. I'm not shaking my head at you, my man. Rich, it's really good to see you here in the chat.
Whatever. Action figure enjoyer. Thank you. He says, Bobby, please make a suited general figure in Action Force similar to the 4-inch General Mamba figure in the Eagle Force line. He can be used for so many things, including a Thunderbolt Ross and Colonel Troutman. Oh, from Rambo.
So let me get this straight. So you want me to make a suited general figure so that you can take that figure and turn it into other figures? What? Like, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, that's what he wants. But he super chatted it, so get on it. No.
I'm not going to make you a figure just so you can take that figure and turn it into another figure. Keep my figures the way they are, damn it. I mean,
just get a suited Marvel Legend and put an Action Force head on it.
I'll probably end up doing a suited body, not for a long time. There are plenty of suited bodies out there. Also, it's called Action Force, not Boring Force. I don't know, man. It's like, I want to make cool tactical geared guys. I think when I start running out of ideas, that's when I'm gonna start getting to like suited generals and things like that. So, but there's enough suited bodies out there for you to pick and choose from to make those characters.
You're not gonna do Desert Rat and a Speedo.
That's when you know the line's dead.
In a Borat mankini.
Jim Largo, thank you so much. He says, I received confirmation of SDS Infantry Commando shipping. I've never had a problem with Dorkside shipping. Me neither. I've never had a problem with Dorkside. Just the rumors are out there. They're going out of business, but they are shipping the Infantry Commandos. Thank you so much, Jim. Now, I wanted to take a little break from Super Chats here because they're still rolling in. And I want to get to pickups. Tony, you had something you wanted to show. That you
I did. So I wanted to do a shout out to Mark II Toy Designs. Obviously, I got the T-shirt on, which was he sent me one of his 3D printed Cobra Claws, all painted up and everything. Got the Baroness on it there. This is another one of those packages that came from the States via 165 other countries and took about 2 months to get here. But I am so impressed with this, man. So I wanted to do a shout out to Mark II Toy Designs. I knew he was sending me the claw. I didn't know he was going to send this awesome T-shirt. And also, he sent me a hat.
What?
Look at that.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Now, I'm not really a hat wearer. I don't wear hats very often, but it's a comfortable hat. I think
you almost look like an American right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're going to eat a slice of apple pie at a baseball game or something.
Right?
Look at that, man.
Yep. 100% pure asshole.
Did you know that Mark II Design made something for me too?
Well, he made something for Desert Rat. Like he made the rifle.
He made the LaserPants.
Sure did.
When are we going to get past this car?
I still got to paint mine.
The car's hot, baby. The car's hot. That's it. Bobby, what'd you get? You had something you wanted to show?
I actually got 2 things in the mail today. One of them's awesome, and one of them fucking sucks. So, at the advice of LaserPants, Amazon had a deal on the Amazing Fantasy Marvel Legends figure. So he came in today because he said it was the best Spider-Man figure they've made so far.
I think so.
And you're not wrong. And this was my first experience with the windowless packaging. And Man, what a piece of shit.
Yep.
It's just the thinnest cardboard ever. And then it's wrapped in tissue paper. I was like, man, you just feel like it's a cheap piece of shit. It's a good thing it's a good figure because, man, don't get me wrong. I had fights with the packaging people at Hasbro because I told them that the stuff they do was worthless because the stuff I do is what people pay for. But it's still like, it's such a half-assed execution. And it's like, I can't stand digital renders. Digital renders are like the biggest cop out, false advertising. It's really bad, man. You should we always did hand-painted Paintmaster images for photography. And all of a sudden they've gotten to these digital renders, which probably cost way more money to do. And also it's like, I don't know, man, you could just tell. You could tell it's CGI. It's like, well, no, because I could see the disc in his neck. Well, I can't see it on the package. And it's like, I just don't like it, man. I don't like, you should be representing this as close as possible. And the closest thing possible is a hand-painted prototype. So I don't dig it. And then the second thing I got, excuse me, which I opened up during the intro because I was muted, and I had gotten the Python Patrol bat from Target that I ordered a while back. And it was they actually didn't cancel my pre-order. However, when I pulled them out of the package, that happened.
Oh, no.
And I was moving this other leg, and I started to see stress marks on the ball joint because these legs are seized because they made this plastic too tight. Looks like we got an Action Force Series 1 or a Scarab issue over here that I corrected. But how far are you guys into this shit? Come on, man, this shouldn't be happening.
Didn't Articulated Ninja put out a video this week of his Target Force Outback doing the same thing?
His Outback, same thing. The legs, the hips are too tight on those balls. And it's like, that should not be happening anymore. Every now and then, like I said, on our Scarabs, we had the bad batch where 25% of them were just a bad batch of plastic run. It wasn't, we had fixed the molding, we made things looser and we made plastic softer, but this is just this isn't cool, man. That's not cool. Now, granted, I'll just put this in a box and I'll return it. It's it's just annoying. It's well, that's stupid.
Articulated Ninja, he heated and popped his Outback and then dremeled out the inside of the hip joint to make it a little looser, and it worked good. But he said he had stressed the plastic on the ball joint, and you could see the stress marks already.
Yeah, that's what happened to the other leg that isn't broken. Because I started to move it, and like he said, you're not moving the ball, you're twisting the peg. So
my very favorite person from Dan Who's channel, Rich M, he said no one needs tight hips on your balls.
Nope.
I love Rich. Thank you, Rich. Well, that's cool. Now it was Black Friday, and so I had to take the kid to the local retro game shop because his Wii U blew up, but it just turned out to be the cord, the power supply. So we replaced that, and then we went to GameStop on the way home, and they had 25 or 30% off action figures, something like that. Anyway, I picked up the Umbra Operative clone, which I wasn't going to buy at first because it was close to $30 retail. With the discount, it came to like $18, which is retail last year, pretty much. I wasn't going to buy him, but the sale price, and I saw him in hand. I love the paint job on him. I thought he looked really cool. Yeah, so I picked him up, and then
Black Series.
I got Black Series. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like that? Check your EB
really.
Games. Oh, well, shut up then. Jeez. And then I got in from from Hasbro Pulse. I wasn't going to buy this either because it's just a head swap that I felt like originally I didn't need, right? But it was back in stock, and it's a convention exclusive. And I really like this guy. So I got the Jon Favreau heavy Mando figure. And they nailed Favreau's likeness, man. Like it's really good, and it's not going to focus. There it goes. Like that's Favreau with the goatee. And then I also got a Happy Hogan 2-pack in because it was like $25 on Amazon. And so I got the shaved Favreau face, and that also looks really, really nice.
No offense to Jon Favreau or anybody in the. I'm going to make some enemies here. I do not like goatees, man. They make a man's mouth look like an angry vagina. It's just either go full beard, or if you can rock a decent moustache, do that. But goatees are just not cool.
See,
yes, Melinda, I need a Courtney Cox figure to go Favreau.
I feel that way about mustaches. No one should see. I don't think anyone should have a mustache. A mustache alone without a beard, or like what Ryan has, you know, it all works together.
There are very rare exceptions, like
if you
Sam Elliott.
Not even, man. Not even. I'm gonna make some enemies now. No. Magnum PI, nobody should have a mustache. A mustache might be one of the stupidest things on its own. Like, man, it looks terrible. And I'll go to the gym and I'll see like these younger kids, these kids 18, 19, 20, and even the kids on my hockey team, the younger kids, they think like growing a mustache is cool because they think that's what like hipsters and emo kids and all these idiot youngsters do nowadays. And I'm just like, that's not cool, man. That's not cool.
Stop it.
Like, just shave that thing off or grow it all. Like, can't just do just a lone stash. And I don't want to hear, oh, it's no shave November. I don't give a fuck. No one. Never.
What about like the Green Arrow?
Huh?
Yeah, he has just like the pencil thin, like with the
no.
But then he has the chin.
Worse. That's even worse when you're waxing it and shaping it and stuff. Not cool. If
waxing it,
you can't like the only thing, like I'll put like a little bit of beard oil in this like every now and then just to like tame it. But if you have to like do your mustache, like no, man, no,
that's too much.
Too much.
You put an Aquanet in your mustache,
right?
All right.
Can we get back to toys?
Yes.
Right? Hey, you started. You started.
I'm sorry. Just that Jon Favreau, I was like, give me the clean shaven head. You can throw that goatee one in the trash.
Yeah. I mean, he never took his helmet off in the show. And I know Black Series and Legends don't share parts, but they could have just used the Marvel Legends mold. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Okay. Let's get to a couple super chats. And then we'll get into our topics for the night. J Creations, New York, thank you so much. Hey, guys, Action Force has become my favorite line to collect and to customize. Yes. Loving the podcast. Also, Ryan, my trigger and his bike still challenge your Bratz car. That's right, yeah. His trigger on the motorcycle wants to race me and the Bratz car.
Is this the guy who made the outlaw biker version of Trigger?
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
it's
that
awesome.
is a cool looking custom.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
While I don't want people customizing Action Force figures because I want them to be as good as they actually are. I saw that one. I was like, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Action Figure Atorium, thank you so much. Glad to see the Bratz Cars Owners Club, Beacock, finally getting representation in a world clogged with 1970s black muscle cars. Agreed. Amen to that. Thank you so much. TJ, again, thanks, man. Any chance of getting heavy weapons pack RPGs?
Not yet. Not RPGs yet. Some heavy weapons coming. but not RPGs yet.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not into role playing games.
Tony Robles once again. Thank you, Tony. Hashtag Bretts for life. Light up the boulevard, man. Look, whenever I can light up the boulevard.
Don't play it.
Don't.
Lights, camera, Bratz.
Okay, I won't.
It's been overdone now. You've overdone
I won't
it.
do it. I don't know about that.
Ryan,
you know,
Ryan,
my kid hates it. You think I played a lot on the show? When he's at home, I force him to watch it. He hates me. All right,
Ryan, you should talk to Grace and see if she, while Tony's sleeping, change his alarm to that so that it plays when he wakes up.
That's
I've
not
created a monster.
You just gave it away though. Oh,
She can still do it. Oh, funny.
Thank you, Tony, for the super chat. TJ, Tony, that Humvee is incredible, but as expensive as a real bike in India. I hope someday we can get affordable non-remote control version.
Yeah,
I agree.
Rejvani's coming from Valaverse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was looking at that Humvee on eBay, and I couldn't pull the trigger, man. It's too much for me. I'm not rich like Tony.
I'm not rich, bro.
Well, speaking of Rich M, he says, "Oh, we already read that. No one needs tight hips on your balls." And our buddy Articulated Ninja Reviews. Thanks for the super chat. All these handsome guys on one stream, and only one needs a comb. Everyone leave a like if you're watching and enjoying. Yes, thank you. Please hit that like button. Thank you, Articulated Ninja. And if you're classified have tight hips, check out his last video.
Yeah.
JB, once again, thank you. He says, I have to add shock oil to all my Joe hips. Now, I have shock oil, and I have used it on toys, but I heard over time it can break down the plastic. Do you know anything about that, Bobby?
I'm sure it does. I mean, any other chemical you're introducing to the plastic will deteriorate it in some form. You know, vac metal will deteriorate plastic. Any sort of chemical like that. Sometimes when people are like, "Oh, I try to do a peroxide bath to change a yellowed white figure back to white," that's horrible for the plastic on your figure. So, yeah, I mean, any of that stuff over time, you know, will hinder it. If there's an issue that you would need shock oil, I would say it would be better to Dremel to do a permanent fix rather than something temporary that could degrade your plastic over time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, JB. Another one from TJ. Thank you so much. He says, I'm a Sikh, and I have always had a full beard. That's right. Yep. No shaving. I work with Sikhs every day at work. They're like most of the truck drivers that come down from Canada are Sikhs. So they all have glorious beards, and they make fun of mine. Brian Dillingham, thank you so much. He says, happy holidays to all. Curious as what the consensus is about most difficult G.I. Joe will be to translate to classified. My guess is cross country. Who's the guy that's like a half a...
They won't do cross country, man. Not in today's political climate. They can't.
Nope.
Yeah, Brian, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Cross country, along with Hooded Cobra Commander.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. What's the deal with cross country? I don't know what he looks
cross country. What is he, from South Carolina or something like that? He's got
he wears a Civil War Confederate cap.
That's not going to happen. No.
He's got a Confederate flag on his belt.
Yep.
I'm like, wow, they got away with a lot in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like oh, let me highlight you. Oh yeah. They won't do that. They'll have to change his hat maybe.
But again, if you're not going to make the Havoc, there's no point making that anyway. Oh no, that's what Hasbro do though. They make Cover Girl. They don't give you the Wolverine and Copperhead and no water moccasin. Dummies.
Dummies.
Yeah, you got about as good a chance of someone making the Dukes of Hazzard car. That ain't gonna happen either. All right. Thank you, Brian. What's that guy that's like half a snake from the Joe line? He's like his lower body is. Yeah, that one.
Globulus from Cobra La.
You think they'll make him? What a ridiculous figure.
Maybe a deluxe. I mean, they're doing deluxe figures. I wouldn't, I think they should. I think the Cobra La stuff's awesome. But Cobra La is one of those things. I was talking to my buddy Jordan, who comes and helps with shipping here when we get orders in, because he brought me a Serpentor. Thank you, Jordan, for getting me a Serpentor. Serpentor, there's a lot of division in the Joe fandom about Serpentor. A lot of people, and it tends to be the older G.I. Joe crowd, likes the straight up military guys. For me, I loved shit from like 80, 86 on, when you start getting wild stuff like Raptor and Dr. Mindbender and Serpentor and Cobra La, that stuff was kind of cool, man. It was like out there. I was okay with the bad guys having that weird out there sci-fi feel to them. But they're definitely a lot of listen, man. Again, you're the older crowd. Cobra La was fucking cool, man. I wasn't a fan about like Cobra Commander coming from Cobra La. Like I wish they would have kept that separate. But it was still cool, man. It was still very cool.
Look, Bobby, this has just reminded me of our back and forth we used to have about Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer.
You shut your mouth.
I don't want to open up old wounds, right? But I happen to have found a never before seen alternate ending to Conan the Destroyer, and now it's my favorite. You.
Me?
Come here. I'm looking for a fool that back to HasLab.
Do I qualify?
You more than qualify. Will the Desert Rat please come forward? What do you ask of me? Will you join Hasbro? Let me tell you why not. Oh, forget it. Please, Bobby, please come back to Hasbro.
I will have my own kingdom, my own queen.
And so it was that Valaverse forged their own path. He created his own franchise and never looked back. Until at last, he sat upon his throne and wondered what to do with those damn action points.
I'm dying here, man. Oh my god!
Bravo, Tony. Bravo.
Conan the Destroyer is now officially my favorite film.
I think it improved it.
I did not know. I knew you were going to do something. I didn't know that was coming.
I wish we had a female co-host so that you could have done something with Zula.
Yeah. I was going to put Kill Switch face on there, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Amazing. How much were you laughing when you were doing that?
Oh.
Well, I showed it to Grace, and she pissed us. When Ryan trips on the stairs, she just couldn't hold it together.
So good. So
I
good.
hate you so much.
Yeah, and that
Jake,
was that the actor who played Bob the Goon as well?
No. At least I don't think
Sure.
Jay Creations, thank you for the super chat. He says no stash ever.
No stash.
He agrees
ever.
with you, Bobby.
Yeah.
John Papa Sergio coming through with another recommendation. You know what would be cool? A weapons and gear pack inspired by John Matrix / Commando. Oh.
He had some decent weapons. I mean, he had an AK with this weird extended stock on it that connected to the grip. He shot an M60, I believe, at one point.
Yeah.
He had a pretty nasty
that rocket
shotgun.
launcher was just stupid.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
How about the skill saw blade in the dude's head? You got to make one of those.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you, John. Oh.
He did. He played Bob the Goon and Malik. Wow. Look at that.
He did. Yep.
He did.
He sure did. Thank you, chat. Retro Blessing said, I was so bummed the Spice Girls dolls didn't have a car when I did that video. 3POA has righted that wrong. Right on. Thanks, Michael. You already said that. And then John Stensman, thank you. Love to all the 3PO. 3PO. Oh dear. I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication and can readily. He meant 3POA. Thank you, man. He says, big props to Tony for his latest awesome and funny videos. To Bobby, I can't wait until my Action Force SDS arrives. And LaserPants, keep up the great hosting duties. Cue the Bratz vid. He did pay. At the end of the show, once. Thank you so much, John. Oh, yeah. Melinda wants to know how comfy was that thong, Bobby.
I mean, it had the fur lining, so it wasn't bad. You know, I've been working out the glutes, so it wasn't a whole lot of chafing and stuff like that. So listen, you got to be prepared when you're going into these kind of things.
Thanks, Melinda. I'm sorry, this show was ruined. That was okay. So we're going to talk about some indie toy lines. Oh, I have to say, the guy who won the Spirit action figure on our show like last month, our giveaway, he never reached out to me. He never got to me. I tried getting a hold of him. So the first runner-up, the first alternate was Russ in Bot. Russ and Bot. If that's you, comment on this video. If you're watching now, comment in the live chat or leave a comment in the comments below. If I don't hear from you by the next show, it's going to the next guy. Russ and Bot. It's the classified Spirit.
Is that the prize that you were giving away?
Yeah.
This is rigged. So everyone else had to ship the prizes out except you. Rigged, man.
No, I shipped out one of them. I gave away more than one.
This is like UFC coaches gambling on their own fighters.
Right? Shit, I had to ship mine to the UK.
Yeah, you did.
I'm not losing money on a deal. Shit, man.
But that was Mutron. Yeah, he appreciated that a lot. Okay. I don't see Russ and Bot yet. So we're going to talk about some indie toy lines, stuff upcoming. It's going to, some of these are on Kickstarter. Some of these are not crowdfunds. But the first one, and this one is cool, and I got to hand it to them. They are very brave doing a toy line with this thing. The fantasy, so we just saw the Conan clip, a fantasy action figure theme. And they are called Savage Crucible. Cool name. You can see there the Cthulhu and the skulls and stuff. It's a, very dark, evil.
Looks like the 3POA logo.
Yeah. Now, the Kickstarter has not begun yet. But if you go to savagecrucible.com, you can click on Kickstarter. They're doing updates there. But here is some early concept art. They're doing some lizard men.
Love it.
With tails. Yeah, I mean, they look really cool. And I say they got balls doing the fantasy line because Mythic Legions already does fantasy stuff so very well. But these guys have their own spin on it, their own flavor, their own. It's not just a copy paste type thing.
Fantasy's got a wide range.
Yeah.
What they're doing is very outside the box thinking. I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm hoping, like, I'm seeing this base body for this dude. I don't know his name or what he's going to be, but I'm hoping that it's going to be
a Bobby Vala action figure.
They gotta talk to their sculptor. You gotta shrink the length of those arms. You got a Dwight Stahl special right there. Extend those hands out. Those fingers almost go down to the knees. Mid thigh, baby, mid thigh.
So shouldn't the thumb, right where the thumb is, the top of the thumb hit at the bottom of the crotch or a little bit above?
I don't know about that. I just know if your hands are to your side with your hands flat against your legs, your middle finger should be the very center of your thigh.
Gotcha. Okay.
So right now, if you look, his fist is at the middle of his thigh.
Yeah.
So, and you got to remember, this is what Dwight never took into consideration. When you sculpt something, yes, the sculptor can put in, clearance for the joints, but it's never going to be as much as what China will do in production. So you always have to make your arms like a millimeter or two shorter, because in production they're going to lengthen up based on the mushroom size, based on the POM inside the elbows. And that was something Dwight never ever listened to. I told him so many times, well, we got to take into consideration this and that. No, it'll be fine. That's why your figures have long arms. So it's like a little, I don't even want to call it trade secret. It's just stuff people don't take into consideration sometimes on toy lines. You have to remember, seeing it 3D is not how it's going to be in production. Things are going to stretch and move. So that's why I have like a pet peeve on length of arms, because it's so easy to get caught with this. So hopefully they catch it and change it. But other than that, it's a nice sculpt. It's a really nice sculpt.
Well, the good thing is that this is renders for now, and there's time to tweak this before they go to the factories. And I mean, the Kickstarter hasn't even started yet. So there's time. But yeah, I agree. I remember on Infinity Equation when that Punisher on the bike first came out, and you pointed out his long arms, and I could never unsee it.
Yep.
It's like,
yep.
And now I notice it on all my figures.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, they're going deep. I mean, they're doing like these like Viking looking dudes. This is all concept art, like a wolf man. Dudes with animal taxidermy as helmets. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
It's just cool, and they already have their lore. It looks like they're going to be doing comic books. And I'm going to skip over a few super chats just to get to Jeremy's. He says, Savage Crucible looks great. Rob Post is a great dude and another Army vet. So I guess Jeremy knows the guy. So that's cool, man. I'm probably in on this line for at least a few figures. But that is a Savage
looking guy could very easily be turned into an Action Force Kraken.
Oh, look at you.
Kraken. Yeah.
Right on.
Maybe.
I'm going to put a little poll in the chat here.
Well, look at you getting fancy.
And we'll see. Yeah. Well, I just discovered this. There should be a poll. Yep, there it is. Cool. So at the top of their website, you click on Kickstarter. And it will take you here. They have, frequently asked questions. They've been very transparent up to this point. There is a group on Facebook you can join that the creators are in. They keep you up to date on everything happening with this line. So that was the first one. Now let's how about we move over to, let's skip the Kickstarter one. Operation Monster Force. Big Bad Toy Store getting into the action figure manufacturing business. Now, I've been told at least half a dozen times this looks just like our own Desert Rat. You guys see it?
People have been private messaging me screenshots of this, going, "Hey, this looks like the Desert Rat figure." Like, okay.
Hey, give a shout out to Adam from Toy Migos. He said it when I was listening to their show.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, look at that!"
Yeah, he did.
Thanks, Adam.
This is a I won't say universal monster, but it's like a classic monster, Dracula, werewolves, and Frankenstein type thing. But with modern military aspect to it. So it's a modern line with like soldier looking dudes. Like this is supposed to be Van Helsing. Yeah. Declan Van Helsing. They're running $37. I think he looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he looks really cool.
He really has nice lots of, they're packing in the accessories. He's got a cool crossbow, tons of hands, gear, and it looks like they'll be working on a comic, or they already have. I don't know. It's in tandem with Fresh Monkey Fiction. So those are the guys doing the Santa Claus figures. The 6-inch like Santa Claus and like. I think this is the main villain. From what I understood, this is like, geez, my computer's going slow because there's so many people in the chat. Whenever there's people in the chat, it's slow. Like a mummy dude in a tuxedo, which is, whatever. I'm not really into this part of it. I like the soldier thing, but this is their main villain. You guys can give your opinion whenever you want.
Dracula's not the main villain.
Dracula is actually one of the good guys in this story.
Oh, interesting.
So this really piqued my interest.
Because my thing when I first saw it, I was like, "All right, cool, monster."
This red
Force.
dude, looks very.
At first,
go ahead.
At first, when when they said Monster Force, I was like, "Cool!" Like I like the genre, but I was like, "Where are all the monsters?" Like I have Dracula, but I'm like, coming out of the gate, I would have liked to have seen some more monsters. I get it though. You start in a line, a lot of reuse with the the troopers. So I get it. But hopefully for future series, they have more monsters, which would be nice.
Yeah. This guy looks pretty cool. What would you say, this like World War II era looking German soldier maybe?
Yeah, it's very like World War II steampunk looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people compare it to Wolfenstein.
Yeah. How's the articulation
again,
around like the waist and torso on that gonna work?
Yeah, so the thing, like when I was looking at these, because it's like the sculpts are gorgeous. I love the accessories.
Yeah.
But like the majority of the figures have that secondary over the torso. And I know in our day and age, it's like, you want to have the most articulation possible in a figure, but it's like you're wasting a lot of money on articulation you're not using with these.
Yeah.
It's like even on Action Force figures, it's like, some of the vests hinder the articulation a little bit, but these big secondaries destroy your articulation. And from what I saw, I could be wrong, but just from what I saw initially, I don't think that they have a thigh swivel. So it's like, if there's no thigh swivel and then you put a bunch of There is thigh swivel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I couldn't see it on some of the images. But
no, I think it was our friend Sam Sears who like zoomed in on one and he like blew it up, and you could actually see, because these are digital renders. You can actually see the thigh swivel cut. It's very faint, but it is there.
Got it. Because I was like, oh, if there was no thigh swivel, but you have a bunch of articulation in the torso that's covered up, that could suck. Now I get it, because they're probably excuse me, tooling up two different torsos, maybe, or maybe just one, because like Dracula, the Mummy guy, these guys, it's all probably the Van Helsing torso, because you're just covering the torso with these big secondaries. Which I get it, because when you're doing a long jacket, you have to kind of do it as a long secondary like this. Or you tool up a torso with a button jacket, and then you almost make the belt and the length of the jacket a separate secondary piece, so you're not losing the articulation in the torso. It's kind of a bummer when you do secondaries that cover up all the articulation in the torso, because they're really, really nice looking figures, and it would suck to lose out on that articulation.
What I'm hoping, and again, digital renders, but what I'm hoping is that at the waist, like the bottom of the jacket is a different piece, and you at least have like the ball joint at the waist, so you get a little crunch, right? A little swivel. That would be cool, but I don't know yet. Yeah, but I mean, these guys are packed in with cool accessories. Very, like you said, very steampunk, very cool looking. And I've heard a lot of people saying they want to add them to their classified or their action force as soldiers, bad guys, army builders. Totally, you could totally do that with this type of line. So that's really cool. I'm down with that. Tony, are you getting any of these? You down?
I like the look of them, but they're not for me. I'm going to actually disagree with you, Ryan. Where you were just saying, these are ideal to fit in with your action force, your classified. They're not really. It's from a completely different era. Yeah.
Okay. Here is Dracula. Now,
I love that. This could actually. I love the face sculpt on Dracula.
Yeah, this would totally fit in with your Legends if you want Dracula for your Legends, or of course, this does have its own lore. So I haven't seen the comics or anything, so I'm not really that familiar. But when Action Force first came out, I wasn't familiar either, and I just wanted it for kit bashes and customs. I wanted to make SWAT team guys and all that type of stuff. And then I actually got the comic books and got invested in the story and the characters, and then I didn't really do any of that. So this could go the same way. Dracula packed in with a lot less, but I feel like that's all you kind of need for Dracula. You got the mouth open head sculpt, a few extra hands, a sword. It looks cool.
I was surprised they're not showing this, because they come with a stand that's like a gravestone. Why they're not showing it in the offering? Like I was like, guys, you gotta show what you're packing in there, unless it's like a separate item. But I thought it said everything comes with a stand, and I saw pictures of the Monster Force stand. It looks like a tombstone, and then you lay it down on its side, and it's got the pegs on it.
It's not like that Super 7 Conan, is it? With like the figure's $55 and then the throne's separate for $45.
The throne is $45.
And
man,
I was watching a Swoosh video this morning, and I don't know. I don't know if he was being being so sarcastic that the joke went over my head. But he was like, "The figure's 55 and the throne's 45, or there is a way to get them in a bundled pack for 100." And I'm like, 55 plus 45 is $100.
Yeah, but there's no discount for the bundle.
And a throne, unreal. When you people get,
it's always like, I don't know if I've ever seen a Super 7 figure look like the digital render, like ever. It's always like they'll show the digital render and then you'll see the actual final product in hand, and it's like, oof.
Dude, ask Thundercats fans how they feel.
Yeah. I watched Lyle Convoy's review of the latest wave, and that was rough.
Hey, have you seen the photos of the production sample of that? Like, how much is that Thunder Tank? $550 or something?
It was $450 plus 50 shipping, $500. Yeah.
So in the last week, there's been some photos going around online of like the final production sample. Dude, that thing looks like dog shit. It looks like it's made out of cardboard. It's just these gray panels everywhere. Like it's.
I mean, but it is just a great vehicle. I mean, the original wasn't much to it. My thing was everyone's getting excited about these pictures, and I'm like, you have a guy holding something and pushing his arms out as far as possible to make it look bigger. And now, granted, it's in a big box. I'm not taking anything away. The box is big. However, he was holding it out here, and his head was back here. So, of course, if I hold Desert Rat here, he's going to look like a 12-inch figure because I'm back here. So you hold the Thunder Tank like this, it's going to look bigger.
So that's what it was, a forced perspective. That's what that was, because I'm like, that thing is huge. Right. It looks like it's 4 feet long.
It's not that big. It's not like when they showed Brian had it on his desk and fumbling with it or some shit like that, like he always does. It wasn't as big as that picture. You're trying to make it look bigger than it actually is. Fucking idiots.
All the fishermen in the chat know exactly what's going on here. Whenever I catch a fish and someone takes a photo, it's out here, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so Fresh Monkey Fiction, they're the ones working with BBTS. This is a BBTS exclusive. They're working with Fresh Monkey Fiction, who do the Eagle Force stuff. I swear I saw them at Joe Fest, right?
I don't remember.
I think they had a table there, I think. Anyway, okay. So that is Operation Monster Force. I'm in for some of those Red Wolfenstein looking dudes. They look pretty cool. And probably the Van Helsing.
I want a Dracula.
The Dracula look pretty
cool. Dracula does look really good.
All right, now this one is interesting. This one is up on Kickstarter right now. And that is Fist Action Figures, which stands for, I got to look this up again because it made me laugh. It's cool. First Interdimensional Special Teams. 1/12 scale. Soldiers versus orcs. I like the concept, and
it's cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. So what's unique about this is it's being done by a guy, Don Man Art. And what's unique is that he's going to use a factory in Colombia, which I didn't know toys were made in Colombia.
Yeah, there's only one thing that I buy from a factory in Colombia, and
okay, Tony Montana.
I haven't done that for a long time. You know, I'm a responsible husband and father now.
Okay, so it says first interdimensional.
But there is some really good stuff comes out of Colombia, Ryan, but just not action figures that I know of.
Maybe this will be the first one. I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be good to have options besides factories in China. But
so
you know, just to speak on Kickstarters, and I'm not trying to throw any Kickstarter line under the bus, but it's important to remember Kickstarters are not pre-orders. You are investing in a company, and it's the wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You get something for investing in the company, and that's the figures. That's not. There's nothing holding the creator to delivering on the Kickstarter. So you have to do your research. You have to know who's doing it. You know, is it reliable? Because I've seen a lot of people lose money on Kickstarters. I was almost one of them. Luckily, I got out of that Army Alphas thing before the guy ghosted and took the money and ran.
Funny. I remember I got a lot of heat for that one. And I don't remember anyone apologizing to me for being right on that.
Yeah.
Still waiting.
Yeah. But Fist here, they got the first character, Mad Dog, with the mohawk.
So I've actually got a pre-production sample of this figure right here. So this is Mad Dog. He has the orange mohawk. Super original. I love it.
I do like the articulation breakdown. It looks a lot like an Action Force figure with the diaphragm and the waist without the ab crunch. That's the setup I prefer.
Mm-hmm. So on Monday, I have to finalize with him. On Monday, I'm actually having a chat with the individual that's running this line, just to see if maybe we could do something together.
Ooh,
help out
cool.
just a little bit.
Esteban,
yeah. Because Jordan he and Jordan were chatting, and he told Jordan, that Action Force is a huge influence on this line. So Jordan, got us kind of hooked up, and yeah, we're gonna chat and see what's going on. I got some questions. Again, I don't know anything about production in Colombia, and I know there's some people out there that are excited that someone's using a factory other than China for action figure development. The caveat to that is, listen, there's a reason why we don't make action figures here in the US. It's too expensive, and they don't know how to do it. We make them in China because they're the best at making them. I know that when I was at Hasbro, we started moving some tooling to Indonesia. They were so excited. Obviously, why do you go with factories other than China? Most likely for cost. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like you're exploiting lower cost of labor from other countries, because China used to be low cost labor. And then China was like, no, everything's made here. So our costs are rising. Start looking at other countries, Indonesia, South America, the Philippines. But I noticed the product we were getting out of Indonesia was terrible. We were never going to produce legends there, because they don't know what they're doing. So I wish him all the luck. And we're going to probably talk about this in our conversation, but I'd like to see stuff coming out of that factory. I'd like to, it's like, listen, it's not a 5 POA figure. It's not a clamshell mold. You're talking injection molding. If you want to go pinless, listen, man, China just started doing that good. Like, you're going to tell me that a new factory in Colombia that probably doesn't have the same action figure experience that China does, they're going to be able to do pinless joints as flawless as China does? I'm a little skeptical. If they can, great, but shit, man, I wouldn't be doing Action Force stuff in Colombia yet. I would need to make sure that the stuff they were doing is perfect. Any little tolerances, this and that, you got to make sure your durometers, are good to go. You don't know that kind of stuff, man. This is all stuff that, excuse me, newcomers to product development they don't have the experience with, which I know I've been very hard on people coming into the toy industry with Kickstarters and startups like this. And I've kind of made the analogy. I'm not gonna like tomorrow just decide I like soda. I'm just gonna go and decide to start my own soda line because I like soda. I don't know shit about developing soda. Well, you mix, carbonated, caramelized water together. I can figure it out. Listen, man, there's a lot of levels to this game. And if you're not prepared for it, and if you don't have someone that has toy production experience with you, it could be a bumpy road. So I like what they're doing. I think it's really cool. It's a cool concept, cool designs. We're going to chat about some things because, you want to have all the ammo possible when you're getting into the zombie apocalypse. You don't go into the zombie apocalypse with a handgun with, 12 in the mag, one in the chamber. You want to go in there with, rounds. So,
Yeah. No
If
doubt.
the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm going straight to Bobby's house. I'm telling you.
Come on over. I stockpile.
But you said Esteban took a lot of inspiration from Action Force, and I think you can see it here. Now, these are probably 105%. Oh, actually, no, these are probably 3D printed, right? Like his prototypes, I'd imagine. Because Don Man Art is a 3D printer. You can follow him on Instagram. He does a lot of custom 3D print stuff. But he's making these to scale with Action Force and Classified. He's starting with soldiers and orcs, and he said other species will come in later, which is cool. I like that concept. Like they did a movie a few years ago with Will Smith, where it was like modern day LA with orcs. Bright, yeah. Right. Movie wasn't great, but the concept I really liked. I'd like to see someone do it right. So that's cool. That's Fist. You could check all this out on Kickstarter. Just search Fist action figures. If you want to get fisted, you can back it. But yeah, I mean, like always, like I already said about Kickstarter, I'm not trying to criticize Don Man Art. I want him to be very successful. Kickstarter's not a pre-order. You are investing in a company, and hopefully that company is successful. So do your research, just like if you're going to invest in a company in the stock market. So there is the Fist. Cool. All right. I didn't go through them all, but we are about an hour and 11 minutes into the show. Now, the last one we're going to talk about has a lot of controversy behind it. And that is the Odd Frog Entertainment 1/12 scale Bandito. So this channel did really well during that month that the HasLab Engine of Vengeance was up for basically pre-order crowdfunding. But they are jumping in to the 1/12 scale vehicle market, and they're starting with this Bandito 2.0. It's up on Kickstarter right now. If you're in the 3POA group, you saw my very strong opinion about this. I think the car looks great. It looks really cool. Before I get into my opinion, Tony, what do you think, man? I'm just talking looks. How does this look?
Yeah, it looks good. Could be a Mad Max car or a Fast and Furious. It looks all right, but it's like, I don't understand why people are chasing something that failed. I know this is a lot cheaper, but this doesn't come with a figure, or potentially multiple figures, if you had got the unlocks and whatnot. Yeah, it just seems strange to me to chase a failure.
I agree.
Fair. Now the Engine of Vengeance did have it got to about 5,000 before it started ticking down because it obviously wasn't going to fund. So that kind of brings us into this Kickstarter. Their goal is $720,000, which is about not quite 4,000 backers. That is a funding goal on a toy line like I have never seen.
How much?
$720,000 at $185 a piece.
Yeah, so 3,891 backers.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That is a very lofty goal. They're shooting the moon, so to speak. I don't want to see this fail. I would like people to get a 1/12 scale car. I would like to have this car, but again, a Kickstarter is not a pre-order. It's a company called 112th Street Chop Shop or Odd Frog Entertainment. So Odd Frog Entertainment, they do graphic design type stuff, I guess. And they were involved with 112 Garage, trying to help them with their 1/12 scale vehicle projects. And that's one of those things where those guys, the 112 Garage guys, took the money and dipped. they burned some people. Now, Odd Frog claims that they were also burned by those guys. They never got paid for the work they did, so they took it and decided to do it themselves. So there's, it's a little sketcy. A lot of people are worried about it, right? And rightfully so. $185 is, I don't want to lose that. I don't even want to risk that. At the same time, I would like to see this happen. I would like to see them be successful. But, it's not a good look. And then some of the behavior on social media from those guys was, in my opinion, a little odd. So I don't know. I'm personally, I'm not backing this. I'm not telling anyone else what to do. And Tony, Bobby, you guys can jump in here and expound on your thoughts.
I mean, yeah, I agree with everything you said. I mean, listen, I spent a lot of time researching crowdfunding projects, the psychology around it, what it entails, that sort of thing. And I've been through it. And it's like $750,000.
720.
Or 720 still. You're talking over $500,000. Listen, man. After my first Kickstarter failed, one of the first things I thought of was too high of a funding goal. People get scared of anything over $100,000, which is why I dropped mine lower. It's like you got to look at things that came before. Look at, the only thing to kind of compare it to is vehicle-wise, the Robo Skull, but their funding goal had some deception behind it because he's rich and he didn't need to put his entire funding goal up there because he was paying a lot of it out of pocket. So they're obviously being realistic about their funding goal and they're putting out there, but that would scare me. If that was like what I was putting out, I'd be like, how can we do it different to the point where we get that lower? Like, I get it, it's a vehicle, but still, man, $720,000 is, you might as well put it at $1 million. Like, I'm a betting man. I'm not trying to say it's going to fail. I'm just saying that if I had to bet on it, I don't think you're reaching anywhere near that. And in my experience and what I've researched, if you don't get close to or hit 50% in the first 24 hours, the project doesn't fund. While I really like the fist thing, they don't really have high numbers right now. This thing doesn't have high numbers right now. So it's in bad shape to start. And plus, the other thing I think of is the HasLab, it failed. It was too high of a price point. But the other thing is, was it not just too high of a price point? Was it just because people didn't want Robbie Reyes and a Charger? Was it an item just people just didn't care about? And this is kind of one of those things where I know there's people out there like trying to do a car because, the HasLab thing failed. Let me capitalize on this. I think it's going to show if people actually want a car. I don't know if people actually want a car.
Enough people.
Enough people. Exactly. There are some people out there, that want a Robbie Reyes in the car, but there's not enough that, there's not. What did you say you needed, Tony? 3,000, 3,800, something like that, whatever.
3,890.
3,800. On a you're looking at what did the HasLab? How many backers did it need?
9,000.
9,000
minimum.
So you need a third of those, or a little more than a third of those backers total, and you didn't even get 9,000 people to back the HasLab. So even if that did fund, you're saying you need over a third of those backers to back an unproven company.
Yeah.
With ties to a company that screwed people over. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. I wish them luck. I'm just pointing out things that I find obvious. you know.
So obviously, a lot of people, a lot of us had issues with the price of the HasLab for the Engine of Vengeance. You know, so they've come out. What was it? 350. So at 185, this is like half the price.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't have all the extra accessories. It doesn't have the figure.
Yep.
So I think the base offering here, I think this is overpriced.
Yeah, I mean, I
Just
didn't
the
look
base
into it
car.
enough.
I give an independent company like this way more leeway on the price than I do a giant corporation like Hasbro.
Sure.
So at 185, and there's options there. I mean, this is meant for customizers. So this will be very customizable, and they're going to have different packages that come with it. I mean, they have this thing where you can make it look like a Mad Max car. So I'm okay with 185. If this was Hasbro, I'd be like, that's probably $65 too much, you know, for me. Like if it was from Hasbro with no figures, 120, that's probably all I'd spend. But yeah, when it comes to the indie guys that are up and coming, trying to make it happen, I give them way more leeway. Personally.
Yeah, I can agree with Ryan on that. But I mean, I haven't dived into if the price is good. I just saw excuse me, I just saw the funding goal and I was like, holy shit.
Well, if you look here, we see in this picture, we see a top. So there is a top.
There's a top.
Now I want to look through here and see if I can find it's still there it is. There's the bottom.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing the middle.
Ooh.
So we need to be concerned about the middle. We need a top, a middle, and a bottom because according to Dwight, that makes it all worth it.
Let me tell you something. I love that dummy said such a stupid sentence because it'll live forever. That he said that stupid sentence. Well, you know, it's different than Galactus and a Sentinel, you know, because this is from the ground up. It's got a top, a middle, and bottom. A Sentinel and a Galactus. When I did the parts breakdown, more parts in two arms than there are in the top, middle, and bottom of that ground up car, Dwight. Man, I hope I run into him soon. Oh, like Dwight, can you sign something for me? Can you write top, middle, and bottom? Just sign it that way for me, please.
Have you ran into him at like a Kroger or something?
No, I never. You know, I'm always around places in Rhode Island. I never run into anyone from Hasbro. I wish I did. Be great. Be real great.
So anyway, you know, I'll just say buyer beware because you're technically not buying anything. It is an investment. Kickstarter. It's not a pre-order store. It's not a storefront. Keep that in mind. If it funds and you don't ever get your 1/12 scale Bandito car, you have no recourse. You have no options to get your money back. You can ask for it, and if they're nice and if they still have the money, they can give you a refund. But if the money's gone, or if they dip, if they ghost, you're out of it. And I'm not saying anyone running one of these Kickstarters that we've shown tonight is going to do that. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's how Kickstarter works. So, on Kickstarter, buyer beware.
You know, the other thing that I found concerning about this campaign, you have the campaign up on Kickstarter right now?
I can get it, yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure, unless I saw it wrong, the delivery date said April 2023.
Huh?
Yeah, that's why I want to confirm that. I thought that's what I saw, but I could be wrong. That's why I want to, before I say my piece, I want to know if I'm right or not.
Okay. There it is. Yep. So there it is. So they're at 25,000. The goal is 720,000. There's 85 backers. Oof. We saw they're going to need almost 4,000 backers.
Oof.
Where do I get the?
It usually says it at the top, like right in the.
Yeah. Is it in the updates?
And maybe in the campaign.
Campaign. I don't see it anywhere. There's all the different.
Oh, yeah. Look,
there is
estimated
delivery.
Estimated April 2023. Guys, just so we're all clear here. April 2023. That's in like this coming spring. We're in just about December. Rounded up to December. That's 5 months away. From the looks of it, sure doesn't look like they've tooled yet, because they need a shit ton of money from all of you to put this thing into production. And, you know, the tooling is a big portion of that.
Well, the campaign doesn't even end until January 9th.
Oh.
So that's 4 months.
The other thing is, Chinese New Year closes China for like a month. So you're talking like you lose all of February for Chinese New Year. So you're going to tell me you're going to get this car made in 4 months? Okay. Please let me know that factory, because shit, I'll move the Vanguard over to that one right now.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks this was an error and it should have said April 2024. However, listen, you got to proofread this shit before you put it on there. Even if, put it this way, even if they've tooled already, say they have the money to tool the whole thing is tooled, they debugged, all that. You're just looking at straight production. Okay. Say the 3,800 people you need to fund this whole thing, each bought one. So it means you got to make 3,800 of these. There's a lot of parts, a lot of deco, spraying, a lot of manual labor, putting in the box, that sort of thing. You're going to tell me you can do all that in 4 months?
Do we even know if this is actually going to be factory made?
What are we looking at, a Bantha here?
Yeah, this is going to be at a factory in Chicago.
I was just reading through the campaign, like, and it doesn't say. Because, like, they probably could meet April 2023 if they 3D print 3,000 of these.
I'm telling you, you better have a gigantic 3D printer farm to get all this done by April. Even if you started now. Yeah. Look, I mean, the more we talk about it, the more and more unlikely it seems. And yeah, maybe the 2023 is a typo. Maybe it should have said 2024.
Maybe, but still, hey, you put it down. Unless you change it, you gotta live by it.
Yeah. So I'm not telling anyone what to do. If this is your thing and you want to back it,
if you like it, buy it, man. If you feel good about it, definitely buy it.
Well, you're not buying it though. You're investing in the company to make it.
You're investing. Yeah.
Yep. And you know, look, Bobby, people are going to be in the comments later. Oh, well, Bobby was on Kickstarter.
Yeah, I was.
And you guys are talking trash about Kickstarter.
Listen, there's a reason I'm not on Kickstarter anymore. I don't want to call anyone out. There's a company out there that did Kickstarter in the heyday, 2013 shit, and was successful. Every new line they have, they do it on Kickstarter. Why? You're a successful company. You don't need to lose. Like, I think of it from a business standpoint. It's like, you know how much money Kickstarter took from me, from my campaign? It's a shit ton of money, guys. A shit ton of money. And they want to continue to just use that platform when they're already a successful company. Blew my mind that they keep doing it. I said, I hope I never, ever have to use Kickstarter again. I hope by the time that the vehicle has pricing, we are getting to the point where this company won't have to do crowdfunding for the vehicle. I'll just produce the vehicle like I've produced all the lines since. Yes, I do pre-orders. I already paid the production bill. I already know my quantities. I already know how many I made, and I already paid it. So I do the pre-orders to give you guys something to lock in your order while it's all finishing up. So you have your order. I don't like the crowdfunding model. If you're successful, you keep riding. You invest in yourself. I invest the profits back into the company. Got to keep the company going. Got to keep the product going. Got to keep evolving, making great stuff. What do you need? What do you need the crowd to continue to crowdfund? So yes, I don't like the Kickstarter model. I mean, it's great that it's there, but it's also, excuse me, going back to what I said about people jumping into making toys when they don't have any experience making toys. Kickstarter has allowed people to kind of do that. When people first started doing like Kickstarter toys, Marauders and Boss Fight in 2013, 14 range, that was like, all right, people, you these big campaigns. Then you got to like 2015, 2016, a little bit of 2017, and you had a bunch of campaigns come, and either they didn't fund, they screwed people over, took the money and ran, or took like 2-3 years to fulfill. And it was like that put Kickstarters, it was bad taste in people's mouths. So like I remember when I started my first one, people were like, oh, I excuse me, I got burned on such and such, or it's a new company, it's unproven, blah blah blah. So you had to deal with that, the kind of the Kickstarter stigma. But I think it's kind of come back now, and it evened out a little bit. Mine, after the first one, the second one funded, we delivered everything. Excuse me. Then other companies did them, they delivered. So it kind of evened out. There was a couple in there that either didn't fund or haven't delivered yet. So, I still don't think it's back to that 2013 height of people feeling good about a company doing a Kickstarter. So, yeah, man, just the model's not great. It's not great. It screws over the customers. Listen, you think I liked holding on to all that money, waiting for this shit to get done, waiting for the COVID delays? Like, stressed me out to no end. I was like, I want this money out of here. I want to pay these bills, and I want to get this product to people. These people have been waiting. Like, that's why I don't like it. I'd rather know, like, no, I already paid for the product. The product's coming. Yeah, you can do your, I'll do a pre-order, and in 3 to 4 months, you get your product because it's already paid for. It's already coming. It's different. Yeah. But
I am going to get to all the super chats, everyone. Don't worry. But there's a couple comments that I want to get to that just came in. One is from Matthew Matson. He says, Comicsgate has come through every time. Now, I'm not throwing shade at anyone in Comicsgate, but that is not true. There's been a select few that have not fulfilled, and that one of them went to prison. But I mean, look, I'm not, like I said, I'm not throwing shade. I back everything Ethan Van Sciver does. So, yeah. And then Drew G brought up, what about Indiegogo? Indiegogo is just another crowdfunding platform like Kickstarter. It's just a different company. And I'm not trying to dissuade anyone from backing a crowdfunding project. I just want people to be educated and to know what they're getting into. You are risking your money. I was risking my money when I backed Action Force, and I backed at a high dollar amount. And Bobby, lucky for you, Army Alphas didn't fund because I took that money. I got that money back. And actually, it did fund. The guy ghosted. But I got a refund before he ghosted. And I took that money and I threw it at Action Force.
Yeah. Wait, no, it did fund. That's right. I was like, wait, did his skeletons funded? And then, I think even Army Alphas funded. But yeah, he ghosted. Because people, that's the other thing, people. If someone's running a Kickstarter and they haven't delivered on their first Kickstarter, shame on you for backing that second one. Shame on you. But I was the bad guy. I was the bad guy who warned people.
Yeah, you were totally right, man. Yeah. that sucked. That sucked. I saw people lose hundreds of dollars. From that. And I saw that guy left the pre-order store up for a long time after. So
that guy, they posted that dude's house address. Everything.
Oh, really?
Oh,
that guy got docked, huh?
Listen, if you're ever bored, go into the Army Alphas Kickstarter page. I think it's still up.
Go to Cryptid Toys Facebook page. There's a
Or that.
legendary thread. Yeah.
But I know, like, they posted, and I went to the Kickstarter one just to get a laugh out of it. Someone found his address because they looked up his name, found his tax records, and he's behind on taxes or something. Like, he didn't pay taxes or something. So I don't know if he's got liens or whatever, but they were able to find his home address. I think it's in like Maryland or something. They posted that shit on there. I was like, good for them.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that was a horrible situation. And it would have been so much better, like if he was earnest and he was trying to make this happen and he just failed, lost the money, factory issues, whatever. If he just failed and said, guys, I'm sorry, I lost the money. This isn't going to happen. I don't have it. That would be different. It would still suck. I would still be pissed if I had lost my money. But at least it wouldn't be like they just ghosted me and
You'd have a little closure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's people still like, oh, I guess this isn't happening, huh? It's been like 4 years.
It's like, really? No updates for 3 years, and you think, oh well, I guess it's not happening.
Yeah, but I know it seems like we're being super negative about this stuff, but I want more indie companies to make it happen. I want this stuff to happen, but I also want the consumers, the collectors, not to get burned. So there it is. I wish nothing but success for everyone that we talked about tonight. So that's all I got as far as indie toy creators. I guess we could kind of wrap this up. Oh, I did want to mention I got my second issue of the Toy Collector magazine. Look what's on the cover. Operation Monster Force. So the pre-order on Big Bad went up, and the next day I got this in the mail. So that was pretty cool.
Nice timing.
Yeah, it was really good timing. And then Tony, you put out a great video the other day. Shit, collectors don't say.
Oh. Well,
finally, after all these years, you finally put out a good video. I was in it.
You were in it?
I was in it. So
go read the comments on that video. The star of that video is your son.
Oh, Gavin.
Yeah, Gavin's the star.
He was
that video is doing really well. It's going to become a series. I'm going to open it up to, I just reached out to a select few friends to contribute. I'm probably going to expand to, members of my Patreon and things like that. If they, and I've got a whole idea for, shit that Star Wars fans don't say. Or I should do a collaboration with Michael French about shit that NECA fans don't say, but the possibilities are endless.
Tony, every time you talk, I just want to say,
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
it's my new drop, baby. But about that
Look,
video,
we've had a lot of the sex bots in the chat. I think that's because of
Nice.
all your talk of fisting.
I've clicked on all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see you fisted by a Bratz car.
That's only on my new Patreon coming soon. Now, I want to ask the chat. I'm going to throw out a question, and if anyone can answer it, I would get a kick out of it. But I dropped a little Easter egg in your video, and Tony, you already know what it is. You spent enough time probably editing that video, putting it together. But I'm wondering if anyone who saw your video saw that Easter egg and can call it out.
But Drew G did. Yeah,
already.
I can't remember
during the show.
I can't remember if he posted it on the Patreon or whatever. But yeah,
okay.
he
But Drew G, don't say anything yet. I'm gonna get to some super chats. We got a lot here. Matt O'Brien, thank you so much. Happy Saturday, 3POA gents. Love the show. And supporter of Valaverse brand. It would be really cool to see a bomb disposal figure with the heavy gear. Maybe come with some explosives to defuse.
Interesting.
I like it.
I'll take it under consideration.
Jeremy J says Savage Crucible looks great. Rob Post is a great dude and another Army vet. Already read that, but thank you, Jeremy, so much. I hate you, Jeremy.
Real quick question for Bobby. Bobby,
yeah.
The whole time you've been doing it since you left Hasbro and you've been on YouTube, has anyone ever suggested something in a YouTube comment in a live chat where you've just gone, "Yep, I'm just going to go and make that"? I know, like little like the groove in the stand.
No one. You got to watch with stuff because it's the reason why. Like I get emails every week from fans like, "Hey, I have an idea for you," or "Throw this idea," and I just delete it. I can't even.
Yeah,
you can't accept any unsolicited ideas because the second you make a character that someone thought of or someone gives you an idea and you're like, "Oh, it's a cool idea, I'm going to do that," or say I already have that in the works, and they just, great minds think alike, then it's like they're like, "Oh wait, I pitched him that idea, he did the figure," and it's like, whoa, and then you got to worry about that kind of stuff. Leave it to me, fellas. I know you guys want really cool stuff. Listen, I have a whole folder full of stuff that I want to get to in the line, and I can probably tell you that we line up on 99% of it. So don't worry. But yeah. No, I've never.
You don't want to end up like Conor McGregor getting sued by Artem Lobov.
Right? Did you see that? I meant to read that article and tell you about it. Holy crap.
All right. Thank you, Matthew O'Brien. Now we got another one from TJ. He wants to know, will we also get reissues of the Delta Gear pack?
I have them in the warehouse. Just haven't put them up yet. I'm going to put them up. The idea is that we're going to do the Black Friday sale. That'll be over Monday. Monday and Tuesday, we're going to get all the special deployment orders out the door. Excuse me. Then the December items will be in, the ones I haven't announced yet. So I'll do like an announcement YouTube video about those, and we'll put those up on the site along with the rest of the special deployment series back up for restock. And then I'm going to put the Delta Gear packs back up for sale.
Bobby, it's weird that all this stuff that's out of stock, there's such a demand for, because I read on the internet Action Force failed.
Yeah, I heard that too. Someone was trying to tell me that it failed, and it's a dead brand. It's my bank account doesn't tell me it's a dead brand. The stuff flying out of my warehouse every day doesn't tell me that it's a dead brand.
But it didn't all sell out immediately. Again, wave 2. It must.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like you ordered enough to satisfy collector demand.
Right? Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh my God.
Unreal. Thomas goes nostalgic. Thank you so much, man. I'm most anticipating Animal Warriors of the Kingdom and the new Plunderlings. Both seem to be taking off pretty well, so I hope those guys keep it up. So Animal Warriors of the Kingdom has been around for quite a while. They started with 3 3/4. Now they're doing 6-inch. Tune into Loose But Complete on Wednesdays on this channel because me and my buddy Jeremy do that show, and he's working on a tabletop game for Animal Warriors of the Kingdom and other stuff coming soon. I won't give it away. That's for Jeremy to tell everyone.
I'm with you on Plunderlings.
Plunderlings is cool. I got
Plunderlings.
I got some right there. I like my Plunderlings. I met Ricky at New York Comic Con last year, 2021. Super
Great
nice
line.
guy. Super, very cool line. Check out Plunderlings. They go with so many different lines. You just throw them on the shelf. They look cool. Well articulated. Cool stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Jay Mean Geeks. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, the inside of Bobby. I love it. You guys are my action figure Top Gear. Yeah. I watched an episode of that, Tony. Thanks. Thank you, Jay Mean Geeks. Appreciate you. I watched
Jay,
one episode.
Don't listen to me. My insights are all wrong on everything. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I did watch an episode of Top Gear, though, and I now understand the reference. It was a good show. I like those guys.
With the original with the 3 English guys, not the American ripoff.
No, it wasn't. No, they all had accents kind of like you, but better.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the really, really tall guy, the guy with the long hair, the really short guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And then we got one from Axion Figs. Mummy, Wolfman, others planned for Series 2. I assume that was for Operation Monster Force.
Yeah, but he posted that super chat when we were talking about that line. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. We got one from M. Ross. Thank you. In the spirit of Tony and Sergeant Slaughter, I'm working on doing a custom of my dad who served in Vietnam. Any chance of getting a boonie hat in one of the gear packs in the future?
I'm not a fan of boonie hats. Not a fan. Tony, didn't you ask me to do one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not feeling
You know what, though, M. Ross, and someone in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Don Man Art does a boonie hat 3D printed. So if you check out Don Man Art on Instagram, you can get a boonie hat for one of your figures from him, Don Man Art. Thank you, M. Ross. Not Top Goon. He kept it. I like it, man. You kept your new YouTube username. He says, gentlemen, I have arrived. Hope you guys are doing okay. I'm doing great, man. You guys doing good?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not convinced.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's when I started this show, I felt all right. And about half an hour ago, I just started feeling hungover as fuck.
You got
have a drink. Yeah.
Grace is home.
Go get a beer. It's going to be a while. I got a lot of super chats to get through, man.
Hair of the dog.
Finally, just go get one. Just go get one, you bloody idiot. All right. Hella Dope Toys, my man, sponsor of the 3POA podcast. Hella Dope Toys. You can buy Action Force figures on helladopetoys.com.
You sure
Thanks
can.
for the super chat. He says, hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Loving the show. It was great for me, Bobby.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, you know.
What'd you eat?
I mean, I'm not a turkey fan. I think it's a dry bird, so I always kind of skip over turkey. My wife makes
virtual high five.
Turkey, my wife makes every year. She makes like mashed sweet potatoes, a lot of butter, brown sugar, puts the marshmallows on top, and I eat a ton of that.
That's good.
So yeah, I eat a lot of that. You know, I'm a big fan of the sides, stuffing, carrots. But you know, I go to my in-laws for Thanksgiving every year, and they had a really good charcuterie. Is that the way you say it? I'm not civilized.
Yes.
Charcuterie board.
Meat and cheese.
I was destroying that. Like they had some good salami and pepperoni and a bunch of cheeses, and some shrimp. Ooh, man, that was good.
I like those charcuterie boards with you get the little green olives, but not with pimentos, with little blue cheese or a garlic clove. Oh my god!
I don't do olives.
Tony,
Mm-mm.
what did you have? Like a baked koala or something?
We don't have Thanksgiving, bro. I think I had on Thursday. I had beans on toast.
That sounds really un-American. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hella Dope Toys. Yeah, my wife made a really nice pulled pork with some crispy potato wedges and a nice coleslaw. It was excellent. And my I don't know if you saw the Dan Who stream I was on, but my mother brought over some venison, so that was good.
Did she hunt it herself?
No, my dad. My dad's a hunter.
Oh, nice.
He's a hunter gatherer. Yeah.
And what's that got to do with the Dan
Jeremy?
Who stream you were on?
Well, she showed up on the stream. She was here on the stream with me. My mom. Did you miss that part?
When I watched that stream, and I don't. Maybe that's when I was driving to work. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeremy J talking about the Super 7 Conan. Thank you for the super chat. He says the bench is 45. Yeah. The Conan throne bench.
I'm actually a little bit annoyed at myself now because, you know, the 3POA has sent sales of the Bratz car skyrocketing. And I'm really hoping that tonight's episode does not encourage people to go out and buy Conan and his throne. Because it was nothing to do with Super 7.
I saw that shit. I said $45 for the throne. Man,
I swear it was early this year or last year. I bought a Lex Luthor with throne from McFarlane for $20. I mean, they're both private companies selling their stuff in Target and Walmart.
I mean, McFarlane's making everyone
granted the Conan. Yeah, he does. Shout out to Todd. Todd, you're welcome on the show anytime you want to come on.
Oh, I would love it.
I love you.
I would love it.
He watches the show. He's just nervous about coming on because you're so great, Bobby, and he feels insecure.
Man, I said, was it our last stream? I gave the story about Todd and how much I want to talk to him.
He was mean to you as a child.
Yeah, was that last show or the show before?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. It was recently though. It was the last couple of shows.
We've done a lot of shows. That's why I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
we did a couple in a row.
Not Top Goon. Thank you for the super chat again. He says, "Don't worry, Ryan. We were all there with Army Office. So glad I didn't support it." Yeah, I'm glad you didn't too, man. That was I saw people get burned.
I should do a sub team of Action Force and call it Army Office.
Pretty funny. Greg Fenstad, my good buddy. He says Esteban is a really cool guy. Esteban, Don Man Art, the guy behind Fist. He has done a lot of good sculpts that the 3D printers sell pieces of. Absolutely. Yep, Esteban seems like a good dude. I wish him nothing but success. The Dragon Reborn. Valaverse got a slideshow at the 40th Action Force in Colville today. I saw that. Who was in the 3POA Facebook group? Carol O'Connor was keeping us updated on everything
That's
happening.
The Dragon Reborn. That's the same person.
Okay, that's Carol. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. That was.
There's a 40th anniversary exhibition, Action Force exhibition, I believe, actually at the old Palatoy factory in Leicester. So it's over the weekend. Bob Breakin's there doing a whole series of presentations talking about, the Robo Skull and all that. And I woke up this morning on social media and I was like, Bob, you legend. He's put Desert Rat in the new Desert Rat in the display as well. So that's cool.
That was very cool.
I didn't know he did he got Valaverse on the slideshow as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I gotta thank him for that one. That kind of stuff means more to me than anyone could understand. The fact that the guy who was essential in creating Action Force is somewhere celebrating the 40th anniversary of Action Force, but is also celebrating the continuation of Action Force with what I'm doing is almost makes me cry, man.
Hey, first of all, Dragon Reborn, thanks for keeping the 3POA podcast group on Facebook updated. I was really checking that stuff out today when you were posting stuff. So thank you for that. And I'd love to talk to Bob Breakin someday. I don't know, maybe on this show. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Dragon Reborn. Little Plastic Men. He says, happy holidays. Thank you so much, man. All right. Little Plastic Men. Head Cannon. Thank you for the super chat. Basic Trooper and Yellow Black Swarm Recruit. That's okay. More Action Force ideas.
The Swarm are so elite that they don't have recruits. They just have elite troopers. But cool.
Okay.
Cool idea.
Thank you, Head Cannon. World made of cardboard. Are you feeling all right, Bob?
Yeah, at the beginning of the show, I said I got a touch of bronchitis. I get sick twice a year, and every time I'll catch when you have kids and they come home, like school's like a petri dish for kids. So they come home and then we kind of pass around the house, me and my wife, the kids. And for some reason, 2 times a year I get sick. Every time it ends up as bronchitis. I got it just after Joe Fest, and now I got it now. So yeah, my chest is on fire. I've been just coughing like an asshole, like 1,000 times a day. It
Yeah, you
sucks.
sound like one.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh,
100%.
Oh,
I would
so
take.
thank
are we being
I would take,
assholes?
like I take the flu over this. Like the constant coughing sucks. I'd rather just be thrown up for 24 hours and have it be out of my system. This shit's been a week now, and I'm like, fuck, man. So
yeah, there's no way to sweat off bronchitis, man. You just gotta.
and
sticks
it's
around
like
for a while.
you can either go to the doctor and you can get a steroid for it or something and have it go away quick, or I don't have time to go to the doctor. So it's like, hope those antibodies just fight the shit out of it. So,
A world made of cardboard, man. Thank you so much as always.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
So I said my piece about goatees earlier. I'm not much of a hat person, right? But I've got a real problem with people who put their ears inside hats.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. And I wear flat bills. I wear flat bill hats, and I often see guys with flat bill hats and they tuck their ears in, right? Because when it's flat, you have a little gap right here, right? I just find that to be more comfortable, and the shape of my enormous head looks better in a flat bill. When they tuck their ears in, I have a problem with that. Don't like it.
Yeah,
Not a fan.
Your ears don't stick out, Ryan. My ears stick out. Bobby's ears stick out. And no. Yeah, so anyone in the chat, if you stick your ears inside your hat, go have a word with yourself in the mirror.
What a jerk. Action figure
Sorry, as soon as I put that
Atorium.
hat on, I feel American, and
Yeah. You feel good, right?
I feel like a jerk. Yeah.
Oh, God. Action figure Atorium. Thank you so much, man. Mark Majors, right? I think I got that right. Great channel. I enjoy your commentaries. He says, did you back the Cyber Frog action figures? No interest in those myself, but would buy a Rainbow the Brute figure. Go Peacock. I did back the Cyber Frog action figures, and I army built those Vespus alien wasps. They're really cool. They're very expensive. It's a little unfortunate. It's his first time making toys, and the articulation scheme he went with seems a little dated, but it's something I want to support. And those Vespus figures look really cool. Rainbow the Brute. Yeah, I might buy that figure. Maybe. Thank you, Action Figure Atorium. And we got one from Jarhead. He says, I bought a Bratz car for my daughter for Christmas. Well, hopefully you got a couple action figures to put in it.
I hope your daughter realizes that she can only enjoy it on Christmas Day because you're going to steal it off her on Boxing Day. Put your Marvel Legends in it.
And the first person I saw in the chat to find the Easter egg was our very own favorite mod, Timothy Ward. Me and my angry vagina facial hair saw the paper. And yes, it was the Back to the Future paper. Now, this was indeed released by USA Today on October 22nd, 2015. The Marty McFly Jr. arrested for theft. That's the actual paper they put out on that day. So it's 7 years ago. I still have it. Yeah, that's what I was reading in the Analog Toys YouTube video. So Timothy Ward got it.
Ryan,
he
don't
wins.
sit here and pretend that you can read.
Okay. I have Siri in my ear reading these super chats to me, and then I just repeat it.
You were just looking at the pictures.
I love pretty pictures. Matt O'Brien, once again, thank you. He says, I release all claims to a bomb disposal figure like in the movie The Hurt Locker. Excuse me. He says, I enjoy supporting a brand like Valiverse, and it
war movie ever made.
I heard Michael French loves it.
Dog shit.
I'm kidding, Michael. Don't get mad at me. He's excited to see what the future holds for Valiverse. He is in for the vehicle, the Resvani tank.
The Vanguard, the Action Force Vanguard.
Yes. Yeah, the killing machine, as I like to call it. Thank you, Matt O'Brien. Not Top Goon once again. My empty wallet doesn't show Valaverse as a dead brand. I'd like to welcome you to my overfilled shelf. Thank you, Not Top Goon. You can change your YouTube username back whenever you want. I was just giving you a hard time. Keith Knight, our good buddy Keith Knight. He says, hey, chaps, great show as always. I was about to go to bed, but then Tony opened a beer, so I have to. Raising the glass right now, Mucka. Cheers.
All
Love
right.
you guys. Cheers, Keith.
I'm going to get another one, Keith. So,
Oh,
Wow,
no.
that was quick.
Tony's really tying one on tonight. Thank you, Keith. Samuel Edwards. Love the new blowback figure, the dopest.
He's a good one.
I do a podcast with you, Bobby. How come all these people have all these new figures before me?
Because I don't send the free figures out until after all the pre-orders are filled.
That's right. I'm a Valaverse shill. You heard it here first. Thank you, Samuel. Appreciate you, man. He is a Brat Scar aficionado himself. He painted one flat black. It looks awesome. And then we got one from A World Made of Cardboard. Thanks again. Missed the beginning. Yeah, Bobby. Family shares everything. Get well soon. We need to be sure the head of Valaverse lives on.
Yeah, listen, man. For those of you that have kids, my daughter was sitting on my lap, and she was telling me a story. And when she talks, she's like 2 inches from your face. And all of a sudden, like mid-story, she just sneezed right in my face. And I just sat there, and my wife's cracking up. And then my daughter starts laughing, but then she sneezes again right in my face on top of the other sneeze that was already there. And it's just like, what are you gonna do, man? Like, what are you gonna do?
God bless
Dude,
her.
my kid came home from school last week, and he's like, half of my class wasn't there because they're all out sick. And I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, here it comes. I'm like, I'm going to be sicker than a dog, congested, puking, and sneeze. Never got it this time. I don't know. I don't know how we didn't get. I don't know how we got so lucky, but
more than half my team at work have got their second round of COVID this week. There's heaps of them off sick. I'm still a COVID virgin. Haven't had it.
Really?
I think I'm immune. I'm just superhuman or something.
Yeah, I think when you eat like oysters, like raw off the rocks, pretty sure like nothing gets you.
Yeah, and when you're drunk 90% of your waking life as well.
That's true.
COVID hates alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, because the virus is in the bloodstream, and it's like, oh, what's all this in this bloodstream? I can't latch onto anything.
Thank you so much, World Cardboard. And then we got one from Northern Nomad. He says, "Hey, Sir LaserPants Trousers." Coin Sir Laser Trousers on the Dan Who YouTube channel. So, hey, Sir LaserPants Trousers, cheers from Dan Who's Thanksgiving Day stream. LOL. I busted his balls pretty hard on that stream, and he was the good sport.
The Northern Nomad, or you busted Dan Who's balls?
No, Dan Who's. No, not Northern Nomad. Yeah. Thank you, Northern Nomad, so much. Appreciate you, man. And we are all caught up on Super Chats. There it is. We are 2 hours in the show. Was there anything you guys wanted to say before we wrap this up?
Thank you to everyone who keeps giving Super Chats, man. You guys are loyal fans, and we love you.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much. Tony?
There's a troll in the chat who's been really annoying me. If he thinks the knees on this are too chunky because the foot should actually touch the butt, bro, that bends more than the real Desert Rat's knee can bend, so whatever.
Listen, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to make toys. You know,
I'm sure that's a really weird complaint.
I'm sure
Go ahead.
anyone without any toy experience can just make toys better than me. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
He
Yeah.
doesn't like it because the foot doesn't touch the butt.
Apparently, it doesn't bend far enough because the knees are too chunky.
Dude.
All right.
Hey, to each their own. That's a
Spider-Man doesn't touch the butt either, and and he's wearing spandex.
And it's Spider-Man.
And it's
Like,
Spider-Man.
it's not a realistic military
Hey, man.
figure.
Make your own toy line. Everyone's doing it.
Yeah,
I
everyone's
mean,
trying
that's
to.
just what. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Guys, thank you so much. If this is your first time, can I ask you to subscribe? Can I ask you to hit that like button? Thank you so much. We are here every other Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Also on Saturdays, I do a show called Loose But Complete with my buddy Jeremy at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss them. Hit the subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Oh, I feel so douchey. I feel so douchey saying the YouTuber stuff.
And if you're in a position to support the channel financially,
No,
Ryan went against my advice of starting a Patreon, but you can always join the LaserPants OnlyFans page.
there is no
where he
Patreon.
regularly fists himself with a Bratz car.
I hate you so much. Oh God. No, there is no there's no Patreon. Thank you guys so much. I'm just gonna wrap this up, and because I got a super chat earlier, I have to do this. Now I'm not gonna do it all during the show, but
Just
Lights, camera, Bratz. From the new Bratz movie, RC Cruisers.
Pulling up in Hollywood, yeah. Just cruising.
You control the action.
Right from wheels to hood, yeah.
Real FM radio.
Turn it up, yeah. Light up the boulevard.
Working headlights.
Got star power. Checking out our rear view. RC Cruiser cruising through.
Bratz the movie, RC Cruisers with working headlights and real FM radio. Dolls and cars each sold separately. Batteries not included. Bratz the movie rated PG. That's a Bratz wrap.
light up the boulevard, baby.